ask you about free trips and meals you accept from lobbyists over your career.
We've actually been trying to contact your office for about the past 6 months.
What people deserve to know.
These lawmakers are among Michigan's top 25 takers. Elected officials who accepted tens of thousands of dollars in free meals and trips from lobbyists. Over the past 20 years, lobbyists have spent more than $6.3 million wining and dining state lawmakers and officials. But a year-long Eye on Michigan investigation reveals that the state system for determining how much is spent to influence lawmakers is broken. It is impossible to tell exactly how much lobbyists spend on individual lawmakers. Part of the problem is the way lobbyists report their spending and the state's reliance on the honor system. So, Eye on Michigan turned to lawmakers to get some answers.
Hi, I'm Andrew Miller-Thomas from Eye on Michigan.
This is Jack Armstrong from Eye on Michigan.
Hi, this is Sarah Moore from Eye on Michigan, a student investigative reporting program. I'm calling to ask about the amount of free meals and travel you've accepted from lobbyists.
Eye on Michigan contacted 25 current and former state representatives and senators who took more free meals and trips than any other lawmaker who served between 2001 and 2024. Most of them declined to discuss the freebies they accepted.
So I'm his lawyer, and he's not going to be giving any media interviews.
No, actually, busy right now. Thank you.
You've reached Trofatter 1. I'm sorry I'm not available to take your call right now. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Eye on Michigan left voicemails, sent emails, and in most cases, waited in vain for lawmakers to respond. In the end, our search for answers took us to the Capitol. Over the last 20 years, lobbyists reported buying nearly 15,000 meals for individual lawmakers and state officials. The cost? More than $1.9 million. Lobbyists also said they bought more than 2,500 meals for groups of lawmakers and state officials. That cost? More than $3.9 million. Lobbyists also reported sending lawmakers and officials on more than 430 trips, costing more than $460,000. That's nearly 18,000 meals and trips totaling over $6.3 million. And current state law doesn't require lobbyists or lawmakers to report where they went or what was discussed. If by now you're wondering what a lobbyist does and why they buy these meals and trips for lawmakers, here's Michigan State University political science professor Matt Grossman to explain.
Well, a lobbyist is someone who tries to influence government policy as a part of their profession.
Almost every state in the country has more strict guidelines than Michigan for reporting what lobbyists spend on lawmakers.
The general principle is that if you receive something of value, you should report it so that we can track whether you might have been influenced by that activity.
California, for example, has a 2 hamburgers and a Coke rule that forbids lobbyists from spending more than $10 a month on public officials.
By most standards, we have very low reporting requirements.
Finding lawmakers willing to talk about the freebies they've taken wasn't easy.
I feel ready to go. We're looking for Vanderwall, and he doesn't seem to have anyone in office right now. The session doesn't start at 1:30. Okay.
I don't know what check his schedule is like, but...
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a nice day.
We tried connecting with Representative Kurt Vanderwall by sending him a note on the House floor.
Sometimes it's better and easier to catch legislators when they are in session because they're all stuck there. So during session, you go to the sergeants right outside the House floor and you fill out a card with his name on it and saying who you are and what you want to talk about or just that you want to talk. Yeah. And then the sergeants will bring it in and send out the legislator.
We've been waiting on the floor for about an hour.
We are
nearly invisible. No.
But after striking out there, we had to go to the Senate.
Good morning. The Senate will come to order.
Eye on Michigan caught Senator Eric Nesbitt, one of our top takers still serving in the legislature, on the way to his office. Nesbitt has accepted roughly $30,085 in free meals and trips.
Do you have any answers for why you're one of the highest accepting senators of lobbyist payments in the last 20 years?
No idea.
You sure? Well, people deserve to know.
And that's why that's publicly available.
Upon our return to the Capitol, we tracked down Vanderwall on his way in to ask about the $17,685 he's taken in free meals and trips.
We've actually been trying to contact your office for about the past 6 months. We haven't been able to set up an interview.
That's interesting. I'm unaware of that. Sorry about that.
Is there an avenue that you think we could reach out to make it easier to access you?
My office is always available.
After our encounter, we tried once again to make an appointment with his office, with no response. Senator Mike Weber also dodged requests to discuss the $20,516 in free meals and trips he took from lobbyists.
Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I disclosed everything I was supposed to disclose.
And it took our finding Representative Paulina Wenzel outside of the State House for her to address the more than $20,000 in free meals and trips she's accepted in just 5 years.
I'm accessible. I'm here. I go to dinners. I meet with lobbyists on issues that are important to my constituents and my community.
Michigan's current system makes it impossible to know what freebies our elected officials take. However, Wenzel sees no need for improvement.
Sure, but when you go through, there's a lot of problems with the database. It's very hard to find. The average person's not looking through it. I think that should be readily available.
Maybe it's because the average person doesn't care as much as the media does.
Michiganders demanded reform in 2022 by passing Proposal 1, which called for amending the state constitution to require more disclosure. Now, state legislators must also disclose free meals, travel, and gifts from lobbyists. They also have to report information about their finances that will help us spot potential conflicts of interest. But without further changes to state law, the only way to learn the specifics about what lawmakers take for free and why is to ask them. And you can see for yourself how well that works.
So how do we reach you if we want to talk to you more about it?
Call my office.
My office is always available.
Should we have anything else to say, Senator? Thank you very much. Have a good day.
For Eye on Michigan, I'm Chloe Trofatter.